Alrighty, g'day everybody, it's the Doga! Time for another music related video. Don't do these very often now, mainly because of Gran Turismo 7, but I figured it's time we did one. This one's going to be all about a specific album. Today's album topic is AC/DC's 1975 debut album, High Voltage. As I'm sure you'll be able to tell by the thumbnail, and title of course. This is basically every single copy of the album that I own in both vinyl and cassette and also in CD form. So let's start from the very beginning with the vinyl LP. This here being one of many copies. This is from 1975, this particular pressing. Let's take a look at the back cover as well. If you're a regular viewer to the Be a Good Dogger YouTube channel, you would have seen a good chunk of what I have to show off today, but not all of what I have has been shown off before, so this is basically some additions here and there. Anyway, I believe this is label variant 2 with the corrected writer credit for Baby Please Don't Go, correctly now credited to Joe Williams instead of Bill Brunsey, as the original label previously had said. Not been able to find that particular version, but that label correction may have come out in the latter half of 75 or early 76. Okay, next one is the first known reissue of the album, from usually dated on Discogs to 1977, this reissue. On the blue label again, but no kangaroo this time. Side 1 was recut, it's YAPX 1177-3, but the original non-dash for side 2 from the initial cut is still used on this side. Okay. Now, this one I believe dates from 1980. This particular one has a bit of damage on the front cover, as you can see there, right underneath the title of the album. This one is another recut. This one I think is a little more common on the market, although this label variant is a little harder to find. This is the black and yellow reissue of the album. Matrixes in the runout are now APLP 009, A-5 and B-3, I believe. Yes. So here's the side 2 label as well. Again, I know you can't see the matrixes, but they are what they are. I don't have the red and yellow variant that came out a little after it, or the New Zealand pressing with an identical label. But I do have another one. This one is from about 1983. Here's the infamous red label from this era. As you can see, the font looks pretty identical to the original as well. Okay, let's put that one down. Next one is another reissue. This one's from 1987, this reissue. And side 2 was recut as a -4. But side 1 sort of changed to its 1980-5 side. This was the very first copy of the album ever born on vinyl, this one. Probably in 2012, I think, I got this one, so I've had it for about close to 10 years or so. Did buy a good chunk of my collection in 2012, and I've been slowly adding to it ever since I started in November of 2011. And this here is the final pressing of the album, I believe, from 1989. This is on the CBS label, although it's still an album itself. I don't think I've shown this one off before. Album was entirely recut at CBS in 1989. And this mastering you'll see more than one copy of, because I also have on cassette and on CD, which you will see in a moment. Let's get to that eventually, as I keep bumping the friggin' iPad. Okay, I'll just put that there. Right, those are all the LP copies I have. Now we move on to the cassettes. Let's start with this one from the very beginning as well, from 1975. Here's the song titles, of course. Let's get a better look at the J card itself that was used at the time. As you can see, it's got the kangaroo on it, much like the original LP does. And we've got the cassette itself. This was the very first item I ever showed off when I started doing these particular videos. AC/DC cassette collection. I had this cassette since September of 2019, actually. Gave it a play once, and still sounds pretty good for now 47 years old. Right, this next one is a reissue from probably around about 1980 or 1981. With the black text. I don't think I've shown this one off before. Haven't got around to playing this particular copy just yet. Probably will eventually. As you can see, it's got blue hubs. So I'm thinking it may be 81, 82 at least for that reissue. Okay, next one in my collection. I've had this particular copy the longest. This one's a bit dirty in places. This one, I believe, dates to 1986 or so. This copy used to belong to my mother. That's why her name is on side 2. Kind of annoying when people write their names on things. Devalues them. You can see blue tape starter from that era. Okay, got another copy here from the same lot. This one's a bit sticky on top, I think. This has got sticky tape residue on it. I think I picked up this one recently as well. This one's identical. As you can see, it's got sticky tape residue on it. I don't know why, to be honest. I think I picked this up about 2 weeks ago, actually. This one's also got a blue tape leader as well. Haven't got around to playing this one either. Probably will eventually, once I've got some time and once I'm in the mood for it. And another version of the same cassette again. This one might be slightly earlier because the text is a slightly darker blue. So I'm thinking this one might be from the tail end of 85 or the beginning of 86. And white tape leader with the blue stripes. Okay, now we move on to the last of the cassettes that I have of this album. CBS version again. Different album code. JK on the back is also different here. We'll take a better look inside as well. You'll see the info is also a little bit different as well. And the cassette itself. Alright. Those are the cassettes. Let's finish off with the CDs. I have 3 versions of the CD. This one here I have previously shown off on video is the original CD released in 1987, manufactured in Japan. This CD is known for having the first second and a half of Baby Please Don't Go chopped off at the beginning. And She's Got Balls is slightly quieter than the rest of the side 1 tracks, and the side 2 tracks are much louder. This, when I got it, didn't have a front or back cover, but I did mock-up versions of the front and back cover of this many years ago when I was in high school. And I still kept the mock-up back cover that I had put together at the time. However, the mock-up front cover that I did, it got destroyed, unfortunately, which is a shame though, but it's not like I need it. Anyway, let's move on to the second copy. I did also recently obtain this. May have shown it off. This one is also the CBS version on CD again, as indicated by the different album code and no EMI logo on the back. And let's take a look at the inside. These are pretty much some of the pictures from the back cover of the original LP. It's shown here. Pretty blurry, but they're practically action shots when you think about it. And of course the disc itself, made by Distronics. Definitely my favourite mastering of the album, that one. And of course, we have the 1995 remaster on CD as well. This particular version still occasionally shows up on eBay and Discogs every now and again. More frequently than the others, but they, of course, go for rather high prices. And, of course, counterfeit copies of this have also shown up, identified by a few mistakes on the back. But I can assure you that this is no counterfeit. The known counterfeit, of course, is in black and white, almost entirely, except for the lightning bolt being in red for some reason, but this is the real deal. And, of course, inside the cover itself, it has the lyrics printed at the time, again using the images from the original LP back cover. As you can see, you've got the lyrics and the images. And the rest of them there. And of course, that's the back cover from the International High Voltage. Alright, that's it for this particular video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe if you're willing to do so. And to leave a like and comment down below if you're an AC/DC fan. Be sure to check out the YouTube playlist on my channel where I show off my other bits of AC/DC collection. Until next time, this is the Doga saying have a great day and we shall see you again.